Hey guys, so the other day I was in this heated debate with a friend about politics. We just got to a point where we just couldn't talk to each other anymore. I left the conversation really angry, and I think my friend did as well. We just left each other. Like, we didn't resolve the conflict or anything. That has me curious. How do we have healthy conversations about politics?
Think in terms of how to deal with conflict, again coming back to like what is important, and are you focusing in relationship or idea? Let's say if it's idea, there's few things that I think we can learn together about, especially about like how to debate. Few debating techniques that's out there. There's many tactical arguments that we can learn too, like build up a premises into, like premise one, premise two, and then conclusion. If you heard the news lately right now, like there's so many like fallacies that it's out there, such as like ad hominem, straw man, slippery slope. It's just a few of example that we can see. There's many other consideration that we need to think through. The personality, the cultural difference, and the age. I think there's only a few things that I can think of right now.
Those are very good points, Tanchi. And I feel sorry for you, Sarah. I could tell it is hard for you guys to walk away with such a strong emotion. Yeah, I think when it comes to relationships, sometimes it's quite tricky to have a healthy conversation on politics. I think it all boils down to one point, the level of trust between you guys. I think as long as you guys know each other well, you trust each other, try to understand where those emotions come from. Is that because of the relationship itself or because of the identity issues?
But how do you actually do it? I mean, you mentioned level of trust. So can you give me an example of what that looks like if you're arguing with someone and then want to get out of it, but in a healthy way?
Yeah, I could share a bit about my personal experience. I remember once a friend of mine and myself, we were discussing about politics. At some points, he got so mad and he would just yell at me saying that I'm so angry that you say that. I was just so shocked. I tried to de-escalate the emotion by saying, I could tell you're so angry now, but could you help me to understand why is that? So I think first is just to let others to have time to express their feelings and just stay curious and try to first to seek to understand.
Thank you guys, that's really helpful. So what I'm getting from this is basically thinking about all the different factors that come into play in terms of the person that I'm talking to, and also just what's important, whether it's the idea, whether the goal is to be right, or if it's the relationship and I want to maintain that relationship. I think it would be an interesting exercise to actually apply this to our source for politics, all the media articles and news that we get.
That sounds like a good idea.
I guess we'll talk about that next time then.